solution for many of the teachers who have complaints like, I have few children who do not sit in the class, I have few children who are not paying attention, there's a kid in my class who cannot pay attention and he's constantly looking outside the door or the window, or I cannot make my child or make my classroom stay on one page when I am taking a class, right? Or when I'm doing a session. Well, there's a key answer for what your queries are. If you find your class to be messy, if you find your children to be unsettled, the answer is, or the question that you must ask yourself is that, are you well prepared for your class on the same day or a previous day? Or on the same day you can ask, were you prepared for your class that you had teacher's day out, right? Now, when I talk about teacher's day out, it means that I had my classroom time, I had my sessions, and I had a fun day with my children. Now the point here that comes is that when we talk about a day in the classroom and a successful day, how can you note that? There are situations when you find that you found your class to be messy, or you were not prepared, or kids were not paying attention, there were a lot of complaints, you kept on settling the children but you could not complete your session. So all of these queries might come to you every day. To stop these queries or to enhance your session implementation skills, first thing that you could check on is that, are you preparing your sessions well in advance? It means that if you want to take a session on Monday, you ought to be ready with it by Saturday, right? What sort of sessions are going to take? What are the subjects you're going to deal with? What materials are you going to use for the subject or for the session? Are your kids going to be in the classroom, or are you going to take them outside the classroom? The location, resource, session, content, and books and other arrangements need to be prepared well in advance to have a very good settled classroom, right? Now, why does this happen? When you go and talk to somebody as an adult, right? When you're going out, if you're aware of the flow of the event, otherwise you're always curious to know that ab kya hone wala hai, what is going to happen, whether I'm going to go out thinking about it every moment, and the highest curiosity will be in a child, right? So he would be thinking about, what am I going to have? Very important for a teacher to read out the plan of the day, right? So here is a small tip, how can you have your classroom planned and session done to have it more settled. Please follow. For a settled class, as a teacher, you would begin to go to the classroom. First 10 minutes before the kids come, you will take to check on whether your arrangements are properly done, your lesson plan is up to date and is as per the plan, okay? The resources are available and kept ready on the desk, on your table. Books and everything, stationery has been in a proper place. There's a proper cleanliness. The soft boards are filled with what you're gonna deal with on the same day, right? It need not have curriculum which you have already done, okay? It should only have things that you are going to do it this week. This is definitely necessary for any classroom, but must for nursery, pre-primary level. After that, you are beginning with a circle time. Circle time is a time where you bond with your children so well that they are ready to live their day with you happily, right? Otherwise they will not like you. And one important thing that you should remember is, children will not learn from the people or from the teacher they do not like, right? They will definitely not learn. So make sure that you are liked by the children, that they like you as a person, and so they will admire you as a teacher, and so they will really follow and obey you as you want, right? You cannot be rude to them, or cannot be expecting good out of them if you are not good. So have a positive thought in your mind throughout the day, that I'm going to deal with this and I want to teach something new. So this positivity will definitely bring back to your classroom, and it will be spreading over so well that children will definitely be staying with you throughout the day, right? They will not be cranky, or certain examples that you could share. After the circle time is done, if you find there is a child who's coming late, circle time, for example, you are doing this activity for clap clap tap tap, my name is this, clap clap tap tap, etc. You can make out your own rhyme. This I made it just now. So when you are talking about any rhyme, and if you find anybody else is coming, just now a child has come late, to not make him feel embarrassed and make him feel involved, what you could do is, when you do clap clap tap tap, as a teacher or as an educator, you are looking at the child, immediately name the child. Okay, suppose the child's name is John, so tap 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 tap, say good morning to John. So each and every student who's sitting on in with you will wave and say, hi John, good morning. So the child feels very very involved. He will immediately run and put his bag and come back, right? So he will be also settled for the day. नहीं तो पूरा दिन ये रहता है कि I'm late. There are psychological things going on in any child's mind, so we don't want to do that. Once you are done with the circle time, there has to be a proper transition between circle time and the other sessions. You cannot just say, okay fine, get up and go back to your seat and open your book. You cannot do that, right? Because it's really rude and sharp. It takes time for a child to understand what he's doing right now and what he will be doing later. तो उसके बीच में जो transition है वो proper रहे. There, if you watch me on a rhythm pattern, it should not have jerks in between the sessions. So what is the strategy here is, you could put a filler activity after the transition. Transition itself means a filler, right? So after the circle time, what you could do is, if you look at the timetable, you would be knowing that what session would fall next. So if you have English, so what will you do is, you begin with a storyline and ask them to connect. So you begin with, once upon a time there was a frog, then let a child join. So ये activity throughout the classroom children could go, and you will end it in a way that, okay fine, so this is where, it should have a transition between, if you are talking about story, it means language. If it means language, it means English. So there has to be certain understanding with the children, right? The second strategy, after English, what you have maths. So how would you do is, okay, now what page number are we on right now? So they will read out, say 26. Now call out numbers after 26. So 26, 27. So what are these numbers? Where does number come in which subject? So they say maths. Do you want to study maths? They said yes. But if you say, okay, close the books, we will study maths, they will never study. So give them option to do it, right? I very well use this example whenever I talk about children or parent or teacher or anything. If you want to understand anyone, see, being an adult, we like and love to own our decision. We love to be given choices, right? कोई हम पे कुछ चीज़ थोपता है, we do not agree with. We always want to have certain choices in our life, right? With children, what happens is, definitely they need choices. So you have no option and you have no choices. For example, you know that it is a drawing session and you are supposed to give a child a blank sheet to draw or color. You have already thought about it. Now what if a child gets up and says, ma'am, let's go out and play? The child who just mentioned that he wants to go out and play, do you think when you'll give a paper and a sheet, he'll be happily drawing? No, he will definitely have, then mujhe khelne nahi jane, then you abruptly say, no, not now, later on, you go it in your sports period, right? So this will disturb that child's day. What you could do at that time, when there is an X decision made by any child and you have no decision for that, what you could do is, you could go to the child and ask, or give a general instruction to everyone and ask them a favor, that children, now I think we are done with English. Now I have three options for you. One is draw on a paper, right? The second one is color the paper, or the third one is copy drawing. Which one would you like to do? So they will choose one. Ultimately, the whole point is to engage a child doing a particular art form. So this is, and I'm sure it is not about everybody. There will be one or two who would have a different mood at that time. so they might not like to do it. So this is the way you can get the attention, choose the ask the child to choose. And that time when a child is choosing the concept that okay, I want to join, he is definitely owning his choice and possessing, so he will never misbehave or never disturb the class. After you're done with your session, there is a time of 10 minutes or 15 minutes which you must as a teacher sit with your children, similar way the way you began your circle time. So you should end your class or end your day with the way you began with it, right? So in form of circle time you were talking about what will you do or what you could have done, right? All those things. With reflection time or closing time or any name that you could give, that particular time is to get feedback from the child that how did their day go and what all things they still have in their minds that they could remember throughout, right? For instance, if you are taking a reflection time after everything said, okay kids, now I think it's we are near, we are close to go home, can we pack our bags and talk for some time, let's have a discussion, call them there, make a ringa ringa roses और एक रिदम में उनको पैटर्न पहले आप एक प्लेटफॉर्म पे लाइए, उसके बाद आप उसको give them option, right? Give them questions. Hi, so how are you wanting to, so what was the special thing about the day? They will give, each one will give their, what did you like the most and what you did not like. So these questions will give you the feedback as a teacher that what all things made a child get involved and what were the things they did not really like. So next time when you strategize or next time when you make your lesson plans, you are aware of how to mold a session so that they like to do it, right? And secondly, do you remember as an adult कि आपने क्या किया पूरे दिन में once you are home? You only remember good things or bad things or something that is highlighted, or did you drink coffee? Yes, you did, but what time did you drink? You will not remember, right? You will approximately give the answers. Similarly, imagine a young child, he will definitely not remember the whole thing. So to make him revise कि आज दिन में क्या था, so that for poor kids, parents, relatives or neighbors, anybody would ask आज क्या किया स्कूल में, and kids only remember आज मैंने ये खाया और आज मैंने ये खिला, क्यों? क्योंकि that is what they remember, right? So children have to face such questions, so let's help them out to answer. So this strategy will help them to answer such certain questions related to how their how did I like this, I did not like this, I ate this, or this was something special about it. So I respect you all educators. I hope this strategy would help you have a better classroom in future.